Welcome to Indigenous Media Network News Bulletin. Today, the 13th of October 2021. First, the headlines. Ambassador Jeffrey Feltman, U.S. Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, and Samantha Power convened an urgent high-level ministerial meeting on northern Ethiopia. The European Union's Foreign Affairs Council due to hold discussion on the 18th of October 2021. Former South African President, Thabo Mbeki, listed failure of diversity as a cause for conflicts. The U.S. President, Joe Biden to hold talks with Kenya President Uhuru Kenyatta. 17 civilians, including 8 family members killed in Eastern Wollega. United States provides additional humanitarian aid and airlift relief supplies to help people affected by the crisis in northern Ethiopia. Authorities ban alcohol consumption to curb crime. 1 killed in Juba, suspect apprehended. News in details. Ethiopia. A high-level ministerial of G7 and other international donor countries was convened on humanitarian situation in Ethiopia, a country in its 11 months of conflict that displaced 2 million people from their homes and 900,000 people in famine-like conditions. The meeting, organized by Ambassador Jeffrey Feltman, U.S. Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, and Samantha Power, USAID Director, was attended by various international partners concerned by the humanitarian situation in northern Ethiopia. In a statement on Tuesday, the high-level delegations agreed on the urgency of seeking solutions to a complex challenge to international donors and humanitarian workers, in addition to the need for the U.S. and its partners to embark on different approaches to end sufferings of innocent civilians in Ethiopia. The participants of the high-level delegations condemned the Ethiopian government's decision to expel UN staff, which they argued undermine international efforts to support those in need of humanitarian assistance, and agreed that the decision should be reversed. The donor groups on the high-level meeting emphasized on the need for humanitarian provision in line with the principles of humanity, impartiality, neutrality, and independence. The participants also deliberated on the accountability for victims of the conflict. Similarly, the European Union's Foreign Affairs Council due to hold meeting on the 18th of October 2021 on finding necessary actions of the European Union members countries to find political solutions in Ethiopia's conflict. On the discussion of the UN Security Council, former South African President, Thabo Mbeki, listed failure to accommodate diversity as a root cause of conflicts, citing the current ongoing conflict in Ethiopia and the 1964 Biafra War in Nigeria. The former president said, the centrality of failure to properly manage diversity, as in the case of conflicts in Congo, Burundi, Ivory Coast and Sudan, is source of conflict. He further mentioned the 11 years conflict in Sierra Leone and the going conflict in Cameroon. His assertion is also in line with some diplomats as France's UN ambassador Nicolas de Rivière, according to Associated Press. He made his remarks at the UN Security Council meeting on diversity, state building and the search for peace, organized by Kenya. Ethiopia's southern neighbor holds the presidency of the UN Security Council. Despite international community efforts to end conflict, Ethiopian Abiy Ahmed's regime has launched new offensive in Ethiopia's northern Afar region. The offensive resumed after weeks of silence of guns. Reports of fresh clashes surfaced on Tuesday where rebels were blamed for shelling civilians with heavy military weapons. But the allegations could not be independently corroborated. Neither did officials from northern Afar region were available for comments. The rebels, however, has denied the allegations of using heavy military warheads that reported to have killed civilians, but had confirmed the fresh clashes. Officials in Addis Ababa have not confirmed that fresh offensive is underway. The US, EU and United Nations have been holding high-level diplomatic sessions in response to gross human rights abuses in northern Tigray region. Also, amid humanitarian crisis in northern Tigray, the US President Joe Biden expected to hold talks with his Kenyan counterpart, Uhuru Kenyatta. The US recently has threatened further sanctions against Ethiopian leaders who have participated in prolonging the suffering of innocent civilians and the scale of humanitarian catastrophe. Meanwhile, 17 people, including 8 family members, reported to have been killed in Eastern Wollega zone of Oromia regional state. The attack was blamed on the Amhara militias accused of crossing into Oromia regional state. But so far, nobody has claimed responsibility. Neither does the government commented on the reports of killings of civilians in Eastern Wollega. However, sources from the ground suggested the motives linked to the claims of territories between Amhara and Oromia regional states. The Amhara regional state in the recent has staged claims over territories, including Western Tigray and Metkal Zone in Benishangul-Gumuz regions. A controversial Ethiopian constitution of 1994 has been recently challenged by nationalists over disputes of regional states' boundaries, a growing and worrying trend. On another development, on Tuesday, the USAID, the largest humanitarian assistance organization, organized airlifting of relief supplies to those affected by Ethiopia's about a year-long conflict. In a press statement, the U.S. has announced a new funding that includes $8.6 million from USAID to address acute malnutrition and provisions of basic services, statement read. In the past, the Ethiopian authorities have been accused of humanitarian blockade, which Ethiopian authorities have denied. South Sudan. A man arrested over the killing of a man on local motor bicycle, used as means of public transport in Juba. The killing of a motor bicycle rider took place on Sunday, outside Juba, the police reported to have disclosed. A relative of the deceased told Radio Tamazuji that the suspect was arrested and under police custody. I can confirm that a family member's died on Sunday after he was hit from behind while on motor bicycle dropping a passenger, Manuel told Radio Tamazuj. On another development, in an effort to reduce alcohol-related crimes and loss of life, a local authority in Upper Nile State have banned the consumption of locally made alcohol and the importation of alcohol from outside the county. According to local authorities, the measures have reduced the level of crimes in the county. The ban that came into force 2 weeks ago banned the preparation, sale, and consumption of locally made alcohol, said the commissioner, adding the ban also includes the importation of alcohol from outside. The ban claimed to have returned the county to normality, although it had lost 15 people due to alcohol-related fighting, but now reduced after the ban came to force, said the commissioner. Some residents expressed their happiness of the introduction of the ban, which they believe to have reinforced law and order in the county. Thanks for listening. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more news and updates. Join us again in our next news bulletin.